relay box run with them if you have not been with them as of yet.
Okay, who's coming?
The video you're about to see is based off the original bootcamp SpecOps challenges that we've been running here in Adelaide since 2007, Hell Week being the first. We have got so many great memories from all these challenges that we've offered the public and our most elite recruits. Anyway, here's a highlights reel. Hope you enjoy.
So back in 2008, there were two 48-hour SpecOps, and I did both of them. That was in March and also in June. And I tell you, it was one of the best experiences of my life, just working with a bunch of like-minded people, teamwork, doing daytime activities, nighttime activities like capture the flag, going through sleep deprivation, being woken up by that Hell Week bell, wondering where on earth you were, eating from ration packs. It was just an absolute fabulous experience, one that I'll always remember. You know, we're able to develop some really good friendships and relationships with the people around us, and you know, I've still got some of those friendships these days, you know, and that's a long time. You just develop those really special bonds that are quite meaningful and a true camaraderie and teamwork, which you see daily in the normal core training. But the other thing that these special operations event does, it brings people together. And everyone's got their own battles, and I think everyone's got their own battles, their own strengths and their own weaknesses, and working together, you can overcome it. The other thing that it really started for me was, I guess, my physical health journey, you know, wanting to get physically faster, better, get my fitness back, become leaner. They're all important goals for me, and I suppose that was a real kickstart, you know, and I guess this was one of my original shirts. Like, you can probably see how big it is, you know. So that was one of the original shirts that I wore back in 2007, 2008, and I was a lot bigger. And so doing these SpecOps really gave me back that sense of my life, who Karen was again. And I've got now, you know, these dog tags, which is something else really awesome. We got one for each of the SpecOps that we actually did, and to actually these hang on my keys now. So actually having that there as a daily reminder of where I've come from with boot camp and these opportunities to where I'm now, I'm proud.
2008, we had our most ever SpecOps challenges we've ever had, and I really think that set the scene for the years to come. It was an amazing year. We had so many laughs, lots of good memories, lots of good people. The 24-hour Ranger School challenge that we had, that was a tough one. And one memory that comes to mind was when someone lost a drink out of their ration pack. And it was about midnight. I found it on the ground. And anyway, we called everybody together and we found out who it was. And there was two teams. There was an Alpha team and a Bravo team. And whatever team had the member that lost the drink, they had to move their hide, which was basically all their gear. They had hoochie set up, which is like a little tent. They had ammo boxes, they had bags, they had all sorts of stuff that they had to move. And they only had to move it about 20 meters. And it took them a long time. It was a lot of heavy loading, a lot of heavy work. And then they had to do a Hot 100 style workout in front of the headlights of our car. And I do remember jumping jacks, there was 1,000 reps to do. In 2009 Hell Week, we had a good opportunity to try some new challenges, and we experimented a little bit. We certainly learned a lot during that 2009, and from there we really developed our Hell Week challenges and all our other SpecOps challenges, and we took them to another level.
I was going to like flick the bird or something.
What on Isabella?
Oh.
3 times. Storm right. Isabella, comment.
Keep it. Oh, mate, you did awesome.
Eight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scott, you got anything you want to say? What's going on in your head right now? How are you finding the program? Oh yeah.
Can anyone tell us how far we've got to the peak?
Quick!
Halfway.
What was the distance to the peak? The sign? How many?
100 metres.
Wrong. Drop off, go and have a look. Go on, Scott. Well, 2010, yeah, Scotty Bray. He was fairly new on the scene. I reckon he was only around the original boot camp traps for about a year at this stage. And he was just a little young fella. He had a massive heart of a lion. And I got so many great memories of Scotty during that 2010 6-hour challenge. And I actually gave him a lift that day to that challenge, and obviously had to drive him home again. He jumped in the passenger seat of the van, and it was a matter of 5 to 10 seconds. I asked him a question, and he was snoring. Great times.
Three.
3,
Lock it out, boys.
2, lock the arms out. 1, lower, shoulder, back, and lower, lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steady. One of the memories that stands out to me was the log PT day when the group were in the front support position or the recovery position waiting out for log PT, and they kept dropping to their knees, and I was getting extremely frustrated. But anyway, have a listen in. Log 1, which is up the top here, which is the first 4. Be on your knees, guys. Okay, 5 push-ups while you're waiting. Feet stays on the log. Make it 8. People dropping down on the knees again. Make it 10. People are still dropping down on the knees. Got waist in the ground. Make it 12. Got sway backs. Make it 15. It's now 15. People resting on their chest. Make it 20. It's now 20. Still on knees. 23. It's 23. It's 23. Let's go. On knees again. 25.
The group continued on for at least 10-15 minutes, possibly more, and it occurred to me after some time that perhaps they would rather be doing push-ups or be in the recovery position than actually log PT. So in the end, we decided to just tell them to get the logs up, and I threw them straight into Cossacks, and I think a bit of regret made it come into some of these guys in the end.
Yeah. Okay, people on the knees again. 5 more. It's now 30. Get up, 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 up. Another on their knees, that's 3, now 33 in total.
If you haven't got the head, you shouldn't go to your knees at all.
There's log 1, you guys are log 2, you guys are log 3, you guys are log 4, Smurfs. Okay, log 1, what are you doing on your knees again? 5 push-ups, go. Make it 8, someone's on their knees. Make it 10, another one's on their knees. This is the most basic exercise we have here. 12, another one on the knees. 14, another one on the knees. 15, another one on the knees. 18, another one on the knees. 20, another one on the knees. It's now 20. Someone's lying on their stomach. Make that 30. Let's just match the last one. Make it 33. Got another one on their guts. I've got it, Sarge. They're stalling. They're deliberately getting extras because they'd rather do push-ups than log PT. I don't blame you. Do you know what? Let's leave it there. No more. Drop to your knees. Go for it. I don't care. Let's get these logs up. Let's get them going. Log 1. Cossack with the log straight down between these 2 cones here. When you get to the end where the orange markers are, do a right turn. You can do a leopard crawl with the log in front of you. Off your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Hurry up! 1 minute.
Talk to each other, guys.
1 minute.
Talk to each other.
Time. 45 seconds. 1 push-up. One. Big hoo-yah, guys. 3, 2, 1. Hoo-yah! 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 Keep going!
Well, 2013, the 3-hour SpecOps challenge, that was up at our property at Upper Stir, and only being 3 hours, well, I say only, we have done up to 48, I've got to say it's probably one of the most grueling ones. These guys went through hell. One of the memories I have of this one was seeing Tash at the end, and she was absolutely covered in mud, and she embraced it. She done an amazing job getting through the full 3 hour. And I just seen her at the end there with Scotty Bray, and she just burst into tears, gave him a big hug, and it's just what it's all about. It's people supporting each other, and it just brings people closer.
My experience with the SpecOps is being behind the scenes mainly. So I was photographer and videographer for many of them. So I got a sneak peek into the behind the scenes, so the emotional states of the people. Often I would speak to them before they were starting, and often there was lots of nerves because, you know, they didn't know what was going to happen. Tensions were high. They would be saying to each other, you know, do this, don't do that. And I would get to see sometimes they would say stuff to me. I had to be very careful not to say stuff back, but as an empath, I would be secretly going, please keep going.
This was another tough one. We had a lot of new people that have never attempted Hell Week before, and the footage that you're currently watching is from day one, and they had to travel some distance carrying stretchers and work as a team. And I remember on day one, we got absolutely hammered by rain, hard, heavy rain, and it lasted only for a few minutes, but it certainly made a big difference.
Okay, shut up and listen to senior. Ready? We go downhill count. Ready, go.
One of the all-time favourites at Hell Week is tea bags. So the next few clips, the guys get to experience it in the middle of the dark. And you'll notice towards the end of the clips, it gets a lot brighter, gives you some sort of idea of how long these guys were in and out of the water.
9, rifle up. 1, rifle up if you're not carrying the tyre. Rifle up, 9. If you're not on the tyre, the rifle should be up. Lock out elbows, now. Lock out elbows. Lock out elbows or we mark time. That means you carry the tyre, but we don't cover any ground. Lock out elbows now. If you don't keep it locked out, we will be marking time.
In 2014 at Upper Sturt, we had our 4-hour Spec Ops, and on this challenge, like any other challenge, we got to put pressure on the recruits to see how they perform physically and mentally under this pressure. And one of the tools that was utilised was by Shane, and that's what sits in my mind, and that was his van. He was a few metres behind a group heading down a hill. They were carrying tyres, mock rifles and a few other bits, and he was behind them just a few metres, and he was consistently beeping the horn. And I actually believe that put a lot more pressure on the recruits than anything else that we did that day. It was quite funny to see, and it was an amazing effort by all our guys once again.
Should be running. On the run now, let's go. On the run, everyone. Come on, pick it up.
Up there. Come up with some sort of system. Last safe zone. Right, great.
Well, this was certainly a tough slog for these guys to get through. And as you can see from most of the footage, it was a slow going process. And by memory, it was a pretty warm day as well. So the guys are pretty stuffed by the end, but just like all the other challenges we see, they do an incredible job. Okay, 12 hours, that is a long time for a challenge. And these guys got through it, they did really well. The ones you see there at the end, and it was about 5 or 6 of them, it was just an insane job for them to get through that full day, and that's what I call commitment. One of the things that sticks in my mind about that one would be the moment they were counting all the stones. And I just could not believe that they were doing it, and they actually were doing a good job as well. They were working in team, they were having excellent communication. They had a good system in play, and they did succeed. It was a good day.
12-hour SpecOps up in the Adelaide Hills, and 6 of us started. I think 5 of us finished, or maybe it was 5 and 4. But that sucked. That was brutal. We had to write a 300-word essay, which I still have to this day. We had to sort rice, brown and white rice, into different buckets whilst completing an exercise circuit. But you learn about yourself when you go through those sorts of challenges. You learn that the people alongside you are the ones you're doing it for.
I think number 5 wants tea bags, number 11.
6 seconds in.
Number 5 wants tea bags. There you go, number 11. Get your feet back up, number 11. Come on, 11. You're doing so well.
Ready?
Alright.
I just want a certain time. Ready? Let's do this now and stay up now. Go!
Let's go. It's over 15 seconds, but it's under 30. That's not This technique, you're at 8 seconds. So it could be 15,
Number 5 is
17 seconds.
Number 5 will be the first one down. Number 5 will be the first one down. Number 5 is going to be the first one down.
21 seconds. Number 5. Time. Oh, he fell just like on time. Start again. Clock's on. Same number I gave you, Jess. No one knows what it is, so we're not going to bullshit you. You get there, and the week will be over.
Let's go!
This is the week.
Let's go!
This is the week. Clock's off. Reset. Stick the same number, thanks, Jess.
telling you right now, if we continue to fail, you've got a certain amount of time to get it done. All of you will not graduate.
Come on, guys. You can do this. Come on.
Get it. You want it or don't you want it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, speed up.
Clock's on. Same number as I gave some before.
Here we go. This could be your week done and dusted, and you get on and you graduate.
Between 15 and 30.
We don't.
We're at 11. We're at 12. We're at 30. You might have 4 seconds. You might have 10 or 15 to go.
Let's go.
There's 17 seconds.
Let's go. There,
Show something.
Same number.
let's go.
Stay there.
Show it.
Stay.
Time! Steady. Let's get a hoo-yah. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Well done. On your feet.
At times you can try and guess what's going to go down, but you're usually going to be wrong because we don't know what's going to go down at times. A lot of it depends on the recruits that actually do it. And they made our job actually pretty easy for this one because they just simply got in and done it. Day one was a bit ratty, but beyond that it was a really good, consistent team effort. Okay, number 13, you have 2 rocks. Okay, next person up, number 3, you may swap or go with an ammo box run with them if you have not been with them as of yet.
So completing my first ever Hell Week, that was like the best thing ever, and getting this t-shirt, the proudest moment ever.
They're all you're proud of all of them.
Exactly,
Proud
completing all of them.
Yep.
But the first one was just something really special for me.
I love standing beside these most amazing people who just refuse to give up. It will really, really challenge you and take you outside your comfort zone, and to achieve something amazing is fantastic.
Definitely, I think like also just the bond that you have with all the your other teammates is just incredible. Something that you will always hold and to your heart. And completing each Hell Week is just the best feeling ever that you could ever do for yourself. If you are thinking about it, what should they do,
just
Carrie?
do it. Just do it.
Absolutely, you will not regret it. It's the best thing ever.
You're gonna get freezing cold. We just stay together and you'll be fine. What are you? Warriors! What are you? Warriors! What are you? Warriors! Don't touch the bell. Number 6, sort it out. Your bell, take it up to the top. Don't ring number 6. Don't bell.
Okay.
Oh.
Well done, number 6. Well done, 6.
Let's move, guys. Good work.
As a team, get to the top, get dry.
Get dry, get changed.
Wow, what a challenge this was. There is so many memories from this one. One big memory that does stick out was when we did a 1 mile time trial along the sand, and the guys got back and they didn't realise that they had to actually beat their times to progress in the challenge. And I remember Soph getting back and he didn't make his time. He questioned it and he swore black and blue that it was more than a mile. Anyway, long story short, I know Soph and Harrison end up improving their mile after doing it twice, and saved the rest of the group from not going forward.
Hey, so I completed my first SpecOps at the end of 2019. I'm not going to lie, I was pretty nervous. I remember lining up, waiting to go down onto the beach on that first day, and my heart was pounding out of my chest, and I don't think it really stopped just from the nerves. But it was such an incredible experience. It's really hard to describe until you do it. At the end, I had such a great sense of achievement, which has stayed with me still today. And it's also weirdly addictive. The last half hour on the third day was really tough, and I was pretty vocal telling the team, never again, because it was just that grueling. But come lunchtime, I was ready to sign up for Hell Week. So it was truly life-changing, because it really does stick with you, and it was just such a great experience.
What you need to do is get 2 volunteers in your team to thread the bags that are right at the top. What happened to the cadence call?
Go, take that to the end.
Side bombers.
Grab that end.
Down.
Make sure Bags doesn't touch water.
Down.
Fuck is that?
That's gonna come out.
No shit, right?
Who's doing that?
Shoulder. Shoulder. Your head off, head. Shoulder. Shoulder.
Turn.
Alright, lock the body out, keep your feet on the move.
Turn.
Lock the body out, literally just let it sit on the shoulder. This is the 14 guys. Go! 50! 76, 70. So finish it. Leave everything on the beach right now, 7-6. Go! Go! 10, don't remember behind you. You move forward. You look forward. You move forward, 38. Come on. Come on, 38. You've got 12. You've got 12. Come on. Come on. Come on. End right there. Your partner's getting away. 38. 38 now. 12. 12. Finish it. Get to the end. 65. What are you doing? Standing up now. 38. There. Finish this. Come on. Come on. Hurry. Ready to go. You've got 2.
Fucking hell.
Come on, guys. Back on it. Well done.
We'd like to give him one of these.
Yeah.